YouTube, testing. Okay, we're good. YouTube, today we're watching a man who lost $204 million fucking dollars. Sorry, YouTube, I didn't mean to say that. On a trip to Vegas. Honestly, this it's by Sunny V2, and Sunny V2, I'm pretty sure makes fucking bangers and shit. Sorry, fucking 1 second. He makes like bangers I've been seeing, in this video title already looks like a fucking banger, so I wanted to watch this shit. And so let's get it.
2007, 20% of Caesars Palace Casino revenue came from one single person, Terrence Watanabe.
What the fuck?
Born 1957 in Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence began life as the son of Harry Watanabe, who founded one of the most successful carnival suppliers in American history, called the Oriental Trading Company. At the age of 15, Terrence began working for his father, and by the age of 20, Terrence had been given the role of CEO, after which he'd add an incredible amount to the business. By shifting the focus toward party products, Terrence was able to grow the business from 17 local stores to a company generating $25 million per month. The only problem was Terrence had spent most of his life doing so.
Think about that. Think about that. Think about where you're at right now in life, and then think about that. Yeah.
And had therefore
I never heard of that
almost
company,
nothing outside.
Also, this is like a dream, bro. Like, I feel like every human has to go on a vacation here and like stay in one of these, like, what are they called? Bungalow, some shit like that. Everybody has to stay in one of these bitches on vacation for like a good week, at least once in their life, right?
Of work. The job was all-consuming, say former associates. He traveled for long stretches of time examining merchandise in Asia. He never married. His sister and others who know him say they don't believe he ever had a significant romantic relationship. This was his life that company, it engulfed him. Having burnt out by the age of 43, Terrence put his share of the company up for sale, eventually selling for an undisclosed amount in October 2000.
I mean, he can just retire. Fuck it.
After which the goal was to have a charitable and fun retirement. Mr. Watanabe said his plan was to throw himself into his philanthropic work and have more fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing, Mr. Watanabe told his hometown newspaper, the Omaha World Herald, in 2000. He then created the Terry K. Watanabe Charitable Trust before donating millions to AIDS and cancer research, as well as various political causes. However, having worked all day every day
is
for
this guy
over
a
20
fucking celebrity? Who's this fucking paparazzi
is in a complex business, Terrence found little satisfaction in this new line of work. Donations from his family.
How do you donate like millions of dollars to charitable organizations and be like, nah, I don't really like this.
Foundation grew, but he soon became restless. Several business ideas, including opening a restaurant, went nowhere. He didn't know what to do with his time, says his sister, and as the old saying goes, an idle mind is the—
Bro, how do you have like hundreds of millions of dollars, but you don't know what to do? Motherfucker, like, go on a trip, like, meet some people, go on a trip, make friends, have fun, bitch.
The devil's playground. With nothing else to do, Terry began a new hobby of spending large amounts of cash, purchasing one of Omaha's largest and most notable homes, which featured 9 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms, a gourmet's largest and most new hobby.
If that's the house, goddamn, that shit literally looks like a fucking hotel, bro.
Of spending large amounts of cash, purchasing one of Omaha's largest and most notable homes, which featured 9 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms, a gourmet kitchen, a custom wine cellar, and a 3-story elevator. But it was rather a venue near this mansion that became his biggest financial danger. Terry began to travel across the border from Omaha to Council Bluffs, Iowa, so he could gamble at the Caesars Horseshoe Casino, which is—
Honestly, I feel like if you really have money and shit like that and you gamble, like, I feel like you can gamble, like, it's fine, but like, you have to do it the right way. Like, if he has like $200 million and he wants to take $100,000 to go gamble with it, like, fine, dog, but like, be prepared to lose that fucking money, but like, set your limit. You know what I mean? And then be like, okay, next time I make this many million, I'll do another 100,000.
Self-described.
You can't fucking
on its website as a true gambler's paradise.
Basically, like everything else in fucking life.
Around-the-clock casino.
You can't eat fast food all day. You have to eat
a full-service Caesars sportsbook.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Kind gaming areas. Terrence became, quote, one of the casino's top customers and began devoting himself to gambling full-time as his primary income and livelihood source.
That's like
However,
Dana White.
With his level of disposable income, hosts at the Iowa casinos encouraged Mr. Watanabe to play at the Rio and other Harrah's own casinos in Las Vegas. Having Having struggled to launch any new businesses, Terrence began to frequent Las Vegas beginning in 2005, where his existing gambling habit was intensified and joined with a drinking habit, satisfied only by a luxury vodka brand called Jewel of Russia, which retailed at over $200 per bottle. In that very same year,
yeah, that's a fucking lot of money, but like when you have $200 million, like is $200 for some alcohol really gonna fucking break the bank? No.
Yeah, billionaire Steve Wynn opened the luxury Wynn Las Vegas, and by 2006, 1 year later, Terrence had spent so much money at the venue that the two arranged to meet.
I don't know shit about gambling, but I feel like this is like probably like the safest thing to gamble on, right? I don't know what the numbers mean, but I feel like all I see is like I see people going, okay, black or red, and then they have to choose a color. I'm pretty sure green you win like no matter what, and you would win a lot, but I mean I feel like this is literally like a 50-50, so do it like once or twice, and if you're losing, like back out. But then if not losing, then you're gonna make bank. I don't know.
1 year later, Terrence had spent so much money at the venue that the two arranged to meet. Remarkably, Steve concluded that Terrence was a quote compulsive gambler and alcoholic,
20% of all their money for 2007.
However, given this was no fix for Terry's addiction, this simply became an opportunity for other venues in the area. Terry decided to take his money over to Caesar's Palace, where a marketing executive—
Is there a mask on it?
In the area. Terry decided to
Fuck is this, COVID time?
Take his money over to Caesar's Palace, where a marketing executive promised to give him substantially more advantageous arrangements than the Wynn with respect to player comps, rebates, and other incentives, after which the casino created specifically designed incentives to keep Terry gambling at their venue. He was given tickets to the Rolling Stones, $12,500 a month for airfare, and $500,000 in credit at the gift stores. Harrah's also offered 15% cash back on table losses greater than $500,000, special high-limit games, and other incentives. Mr. Watanabe resided for free in a 3-bedroom suite at Caesars, had access to his favorite bartender, and was constantly surrounded by attendants to serve his every need, such as a 7-course meal from the casino's Bradley Ogden restaurant.
Who the fuck? I don't care how rich I am. Who the fuck needs a 7-course meal, bitch? What are you bringing me? Half of a miso soup, a couple pieces of lettuce for a salad, motherfucker. What is this 7-course fucking meal?
Delivered to him while he was gambling, with these attendants later telling legendary stories about his behavior while gambling. Al DeLeon and Christian Kunda, two of Mr. Watanabe's personal handlers at Caesars, say he had thousands of Tiffany gift boxes filled with $50 gift cards or $100 gift coins that he would hand out to bartenders, nightclub operators, security guards, and others. They say he once told a security guard to go to a supermarket and buy every cut of steak, and then proceeded to hand them out to employees. Caesar's Palace.
I feel like that's just like, I understand like you want to be rich or whatever and hand out money and shit, but like, but why are you telling a worker to go to the store, buy every steak, and then hand out the steaks? I don't know. That just seems fucking.
High rollers of this magnitude
like
are
Mr.
often given exclusive loyalty program status called 7-Star, where members are wowed by all the fantastic benefits afforded to them, with additional rewards and all-round bigger and better perks. Yet the casino then literally created a new tier above this called Chairman, of which only Terrence Watanabe had the status of joining. Having been handed what you might call the ultimate life, Terry decided to stay in.
And this is literally just some random ass like, I don't even know, like Toys R Us owner, like what the fuck?
Vegas. Yet with no intervention and nothing else to do, the severity of his habit began to get out of control. Several employees say Mr. Watanabe would stay at the tables for up to 24 hours, sometimes losing as much as $5 million in a.
You gotta, at that point, like I understand you're a mega millionaire, but like at that point you need to get a life. Like, what are you doing, bro?
He was allowed to play 3 blackjack hands simultaneously with a $50,000 limit for each hand, and if he won, Mr. Watanabe says he regularly handed out to Caesar's employees bundles of $100 bills that could total as much as $20,000.
Why am I fucking give it to a homeless person
by
or some
a former
shit?
casino host from his hometown, who explained that Terry appeared disoriented and couldn't remember the conversations they'd had in the past. He'd add that Terry was often seen stumbling around around the casino or falling asleep at tables placed right beside loud nightclub music, yet the most notable observation regarded the type of machines that Terry liked to play. According to one of his former assistants, Terrence rejected any skill-based casino game like poker and instead gravitated toward games with low odds, including roulette and slots.
What?
He was considered a house player because slots and roulette are house games. They have terrible odds for the player, and the way he played blackjack, he made it a house game. He made such bad decisions on the blackjack table, but it was only when his brother and sister came to visit for Thanksgiving.
So it sounds like he's losing and losing and losing and losing. So like, at what point are you like, you know, I don't give a fuck if they're treating me well. I'm a mega millionaire. I don't need any of this shit. I don't need the little free night stay, 7-course meal. Bitch, I'm a mega millionaire. I can buy 20 of my own personal chefs if I wanted. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Thanksgiving 2007, that he'd talk about just how much these bad choices had cost him. In the 11 months since the beginning of the year, Terrence Watanabe had lost $127 million. Under the assumption that Terry had more money somewhere,
But like, bro, like, even if you're a billionaire, at what point are you like, okay, I just spent $117 million fucking dollars. There's no way you have that much money and you don't know what to do with it, bitch. Talk to a fucking woman. Talk to a woman, have a family, live in a mansion, like, have the most luxurious everything, like, live a lavish life, go on trips every single fucking week, like, like, how do you not know what to do with it?
The casino then gave him a $17 million loan, although this by itself...
Start a charity, motherfucker. Donate money to charity. Give out some money to make you feel good. But what are you fucking gambling for, bitch? You're just losing and losing and losing and losing and losing and losing and losing throughout a whole year, motherfucker, and you just keep doing it.
should have been a sign that he was almost out of money.
Does he not have a fucking financial advisor or some shit?
Just weeks after telling family about his losses, Terrence put his Omaha mansion up for sale while continuing to chase his losses in Vegas. He managed to sell the home for a price of $2.66 million. However, at this point, it was already too late. Terrence Watanabe was completely out of money. He'd wagered $4.2 million in 2005, $81 million in 2006.
Like, he has to be like, I know everybody's like, well, he has to be like super fucking smart. He's a genius. Like, only a genius could get that rich. I don't fucking care. Like, if you do dumb shit like this, your stupidity outweighs your genius, and now you're just fucking dumb.
$825 million in 2007, and when his family brought him back to Omaha in early 2008,
I was gotta go back to the
Terry
fucking
had lost more than anybody else in Las Vegas
working in the grocery
history,
store,
with the 3-year trip costing him a total of $204 million. To make matters worse, Terrence had no job or income, yet still owed the casino $14.7 million, after which Terry put the blame back onto Caesars, stating that his losses were their fault. Mr. Watanabe alleges that during this period, Haraz not only didn't make him leave when he was drunk, but applied him with alcohol and prescription drugs to encourage him to stay and gamble, leading Terry to launch a lawsuit against the casino. Court documents explain Caesars served Mr. Watanabe 2 to 3 750ml bottles of Jewel of Russia vodka per day, every day. No Caesars employee ever limited or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking, despite the fact that he was almost...
As dumb as he is, like, I'm pretty sure this is definitely not allowed, like, even at just regular ass restaurants.
Always visibly severely intoxicated when he was being served while gambling. On at least one occasion at Caesars in 2007, a concerned companion of Mr. Watanabe, Stuart Mitchell, pulled aside his cocktail waitress and pled with her to water down Mr. Watanabe's drinks. The cocktail waitress refused and curtly responded, "Terry gets whatever he wants." Mr. Watanabe had at least 2 drinks at his table at all times, so that he could be kept in a constant state of intoxication while gambling. Mr. Watanabe's photographs were posted in the employees only section of the casino in order to ensure all employees recognized him and never refused him anything. Caesars employees never attempted to limit or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking or restrict his gambling because they understood that any interference with his drinking or gambling could cost them their jobs. In response to the lawsuit, a spokesperson for the casino stated, "We're in the game their jobs." In response to the law,
that's the face of a motherfucker who was a mega millionaire and had everything, or not everything, I guess, but he had every drop of money you could ever possibly want, and then lost it all because he's fucking stupid.
lawsuit, a spokesperson for the casino stated, "We're in the gambling business. We had no reason to believe that Terry Watanabe was anything other than a big player with huge resources who made an adult decision to bet the money he did. Are we going to provide an environment that keeps him very happy? Of course we are." The casino then launched criminal proceedings against Terry, meaning that on top of everything, he was now facing up to 28 years in prison for the unpaid $14 million. An article was then published in the months that followed, announcing that both Terry and the casino had each dropped their lawsuits. However, Terry's life never recovered afterwards.
Bro,
My name is
that is
Terry.
the saddest shit. If somebody told me, no, fuck that. If somebody gave me all the money, the hundreds of millions of dollars, and I could be living lavish, I could be retired, I could do whatever the fuck I want, I can travel on a private jet every month, I could do all that, but then you're telling me, well, I really don't fucking remember what my point was. That's not good.
However, Terry's followed, announcing that both Terry and the casino had each dropped their lawsuits.
I don't really remember what my point was, but like that shit would never
However,
happen.
Terry's life never recovered afterwards.
My name is Terry Watanabe. I've been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
On the 29th of July 2017, Terry announced that he had cancer, hoping to raise $100,000 on GoFundMe for treatment, with a description reading of,
This motherfucker has to do a fundraiser for 100,000.
"Accept
Not like you didn't even leave yourself 100,000.
my situation and do
My
not pity
God.
myself. But my hope is that you'll find it in your heart to forgive me for my past and help me live long enough to help others in the future." Attached was a video talking about how bad things have become.
I unfortunately don't have
I guess how was worse, like if you lost all your money and then you got cancer, or if you had all the money and then you get cancer. It's like, damn, like I worked so hard, like I got all this money, and then I'm gonna be dying. Probably, I guess. I don't know what's more
the
sad.
funds to survive. I'm almost homeless. I have no medical insurance.
Although despite this, he was
To be honest, like we know how these millionaires be like. They be saying like they got like 50,000 in the bank. Like, I'm almost homeless. Help me. Like, motherfucker, you were a mega millionaire, super rich, apparently known on the internet or some shit. Like you can get a fucking solid ass job and make like 100,000 a year. Motherfucker, you are not about to be homeless. There's no fucking way.
to
I don't
reach his
believe
goal, yet still managing to raise an impressive $28,000. In January 2020,
Impressive.
Terry joined Twitter before stating, "Today I try to live a good life and be a good man. Despite my past flaws and mistakes, I've always sought to do good and help people."
But also, it's like this motherfucker's whole life is now based around his fucking money. Like, we get it. You lost some money, but like, just fucking be happy, get your surgery, whatever the fuck. Like, stop apologizing because you're a dumbass.
I hope I can still have a positive impact on those in the future by sharing my story, both highs and lows, funny and sad moments, showing that Terry, quite impressively, now took full responsibility for his own mistakes.
So is he dead? As someone who lost $5 on a football bet back in March, I understand what this man felt. No, the fuck you do not. I don't care if you lost $100,000. You do not fucking understand what this man felt. Millions. I mean, to be honest, his dad like handed him the position, right? So he didn't have to do that much crazy shit. But like, I don't know. I don't know. You know what the vibes is. Like the video, please.